Right, welcome back to Resolutions. Today we got the BMW R18. God, that is a stretch to get the old side stand up. So BMW R18, here it is in all its glory. Take this beast for a spin, eh? Right, I think what we'll do to start with, we're going to go straight onto the main dual carriageways. God, that is a comfy ride. Wow, this is brilliant. I love it. There is no wind on me at all with that windscreen there. That is fantastic. It's currently in rock mode, and again, as most BMWs, they've all got cruise control these days, so that is a nice feature. Wow, what a bike. Let's put it in second gear, see what the torque is like. Oh my word, that is a beast. God, I can see why someone would enjoy riding this bike. What an absolute animal. The vibrations coming from that boxer engine is unreal. Fourth gear, vibrations settle down a little bit, which is quite nice. Fifth gear, there we go, a lot smoother on the ride. What a bike, this is brilliant. I really like this. This is just the first impressions of this bike, just getting a feel for it. The wind mirrors, they are very small, nice round, however they do really well for visibility. You can really see what's behind you. Up into sixth gear, nice and calm. Flip it down, oh, you can feel that engine shake. Oh yeah. Got the front brake, you got to really pull that lever in a little bit. Might have to see if it's adjustable lever. Right, this is where it's we see what it's like cornering. Okay, so it really does feel like it wants to push out a bit wide when you corner. However, wow, what a bike. That is amazing. I love that. Berlin built. Proper German. Now being 5'7", you do really stretch forward on this bike. Don't feel like you're upright like a cruiser. You are quite hunched forward, but it's not bad. Let's take it round. Yeah, the pegs are quite low to the ground, so again, it's not one of those bikes that you're going to be able to corner hard, but at the end of the day, it's a cruiser. Now when you rev this bike, you really feel that boxer shake. I'll pull over in a minute and I'll give it a good rev. Actually, let's do it now. Look at that move. That's not even me moving it, that is just pure bike leaning to the near side. What a machine. This is awesome. The response from the bike is just instantaneous. It is really, really good. So let's go through first impression likes. The seating position, I do actually like this. The seat is firm, but it is quite a nice seat to sit on. The handlebar position is really nice. Like I said, I am leaning forward slightly, however, that said, it is still quite a comfortable position to be in. The wind mirrors give you brilliant visibility. Wind protection off of that gigantic windscreen is second to none. 30 miles an hour, bimbling around. I can't feel anything, it's great. The leg position is really nice as well. My legs are at about a 90-degree bend. They're not scrunched up, they're not stretched forward. It's actually really, really good. You are low down, so when you do come to a stop on this bike, you about 5'7", your feet are completely flat-footed. As you look down, that is one gigantic engine block. It is phenomenal. Looks so mean. Feet flat down, nice and easy. Pulling away, it just drags you down the road. What a bike. I'm really liking this. That display again, it's very similar to the R9T. Very simple, but also digital. So we've got a couple of modes. We've got rock mode at the moment. We've got rain mode. Yeah, you can feel that difference in the throttle response there. You put it in rain mode and obviously a bit more traction control probably added in. It still pulls very well though. What else we got? Roll, rock and roll. Let's see what roll mode is like. Oh yeah, what a pull, that is brilliant. It really does handle so well. Let's go back to rock mode. Rock mode is where the power's at though. Now I say it handles well, it does. For a massive cruiser, it is not a sports bike in any sense of the word. But for what it is, I'm loving it. I love the chrome. I think if you buy this bike, you're going to pay attention to detail. You're going to get out there, give it a good clean after you've been for a ride. It's going to be quite a nice love affair, I'd say, with your bike. And it reminds me of the BMW R18. Now I love that bike. Honestly, if I could get any bike in the world for just a fun riding bike, it would be the R19. Because it puts such a smile on my face every time I ride it. And that is basically what the R18 is doing. It's just putting a big smile on my face. It's one of those bikes that doesn't make you want to ride fast. It's one of those bikes that makes you want to accelerate in a low gear, so you can feel the engine shake, you can feel it respond to your command. Now like some of the BMWs, like the K1600 for instance, when you turn it into these bends, you feel the size of the bike, you feel the weight really pulling through. But that will definitely go in time. When you get used to your bike, get used to how it runs, you're definitely not going to have any problems with that. As you blip it down, you feel that engine shake you to the left. I mean, if I pop the clutch in now, that is insane, absolutely insane. Clutch in. Honestly guys, I'm not even moving that to the left. The bike and the cams are raging over to the left to give you that boxer shake. I've never felt a boxer engine shake like the R18 does. A lot of people, I think, who haven't ridden boxers say, oh, you can feel it shake, it's a bit unsettling. No, BMW have refined their boxer engine to just be smooth. Not this bad boy. You rev this thing and it wants to send you into the bush. That is just ridiculous, but highly addictive. Right, so with the R18, it has a reverse gear. Now in order to reverse it, what you need to do, it's just down here, you've got a little lever, forward, reverse. You flick that over to reverse, just like that, and you press the starting motor. So here we go, and we're going back. Look at that. Helps you move this absolute monster of a bike backwards without having to do anything at all. So effortless. nice and easy. Come to a stop there, put it back into forward, easy, pop it in gear, and off she goes. That is such a good feature. I love it when BMW do that. Now let's turn it off for a little bit, because this engine, look at this, look at the rev. It just leans to the left. Now I assure you, I am not doing that. That is all the bike's doing. So, side stand issue. I think it's an issue. All the way down, kick it. Yeah, it's a bit difficult, but never mind. We got there in the end. So, let's go through the controls. So let's go through the controls on the BMW R18. On the near side, you've got your cruise control, your hazard button, your traction control. Hold that. On the dash, it pops up. Hold it again, turns it back on. You got your menu selector, your mode selector between rock, roll and rain. You got your high and your low beam. Your headlight flasher is just around the back here, indicated by the green standard universal headlight flash. Your horn, pretty standard. On the offside, you got your heated grips, your start and your stop button, so we can turn the bike off because it is keyless. And you got your engine kill switch and your start. Down on the near side by your knee, you've obviously got your reverse and your forward gear selector. Very, very basic setup. Let's go for a walk around. So here we have the BMW R18. What a stunning bike this is visually. It just looks all the part. I mean, look at those big pipes coming off of the cylinder heads. Nice chrome. Now the front of the bike just screams American style cruiser. However, you've got the reliability of the good old German engineering there. Look how wide that cylinder head is. Massive. The headlights look really cool. You got the two side lights, the headlight in the middle, and then followed by your indicators. You have a good road presence on the bike. Now when it comes to that windscreen, I really do like it. It gives you amazing wind protection. There's literally no troubles from that windscreen from my point of view. I really do like it, and it also gives the bike a nice characteristic. I think it works really well. Down the bottom you can see the BMW 1800cc logo, which again just tells you the size of the engine. It is a big old lump. Just in the middle by the seat, you got your R18 first edition badging. You got your pillion pegs just next to that. The big old exhausts that come from those cylinder heads right the way down to the rear. Again, it is going to be a lot of cleaning to do on this bike. However, let's face it, if you buy it, you're going to want to take care of your pride and joy. Now the panniers that this one comes with, they are really, really nice. You've got good old BMW straps on there. However, the straps are actually buckles. So let's have a look. So basically we just undo this here. Again, on the other side, we can open it up, and inside there, you've got a nice bag to store all your items, all the locking mechanisms there, and you've got your bag. So it is nice that BMW have actually produced this as a good old luggage option for your bike. Exactly the same on the offside, but what road presence does that scream? That is just amazing. Look at that bike, absolutely fantastic. I really do like it. It's comfortable to ride, it's got plenty of grunt. It's just a really, really good cruising BMW motorcycle. Plenty of chrome. I think though, if you drop it, you are going to cry, because those cylinder heads, although they're removable obviously, they are not going to be cheap. I mean, this is a demo bike from BMW, and look at the dirt in the middle of that engine. It is going to take a lot of cleaning to keep this bike in showroom condition that you're going to want it in. The front wheel is a big old chunky 130/90 16-inch wheel. I mean, just look at the size of that tyre. It is massive. Now the rear tyres are 180/65/16.
you can't actually see much of the rear tyre on this bike because it is obviously hidden away by the panniers, the drive shaft and the exhausts. Now that is something I do want to bring your attention to. The drive shaft on this is fully exposed. I mean, look at that. That is some engineering there. How BMW have got away with that in this day and age with health and safety, I do not know, but it looks unbelievable.
Right, what are the bad things? What don't I like about this for first impressions? Okay, so if you've got a small gate into your garden, you are not going to get this through. My gate, I've got not a chance of getting this into the garden. These cylinder heads stick out so far, it is just not going to happen. What else am I not too keen about? I am actually really struggling to find something I'm not too keen about on this bike. I love the shake of the boxer, I love the seating position. That brake lever is a bit unsettling. Like I said, that might just be a case of the person who had it before me, because it is really close to the actual handlebar. It might just need adjusting out. So I don't think that is going to be an issue. I am really struggling to find something I'm not too keen about on this bike. The display just looks vintage and cool, like a cruiser bike. It looks brilliant. Sounds amazing. It's got so much grunt in the engine and in the exhaust. Looks wise, it looks brilliant. It looks, I think, oh yeah, I'd rather have this over a lot of cruisers out there, to be honest. Now it's probably going to be thirsty, but for what you've got, it is well worth it. If money was no option and I had the toss up between the R9T and the R18, I'd probably still go with the R9T because it's smaller, more nimble, more agile. However, looks wise, I would take the R18 all day long. Get some nice floorboards on the bike, make it look proper cruiser style. Now potentially, I don't know if this is possible, but where it's clamped in the middle, I would like the handlebars brought just a little bit further back, so I'm a bit more naturally upright. I mean, I can force myself to go upright, which isn't a problem, but it's more kind of leaning forward I'm finding on this bike. But that's not a negative in the slightest. Now I've kept it in a low gear because I love the feeling of that engine. It just sounds and feels amazing in low gears, high revs, and when you drop it down into a lower gear, you know you've done it. It shakes like crazy. Now this one comes with panniers and they really fit the style of the bike. It looks awesome. It's got heated grips which are on at the moment, and they, like every other BMW I've ridden with heated grips, are amazing. My hands are hot. Might have to actually just knock it down a little bit because my hand's burning up. Now, do I think I could take this bike on a long distance ride? Yeah, I probably could. It's got the potential. Like I said, the seat is very, very firm. No doubt with BMW's optional list, you're going to be able to change that for a comfier seat. But I don't think you're going to want to at the moment. I mean, it's nice knowing that you probably can, but I think it also helps with the posture when you've got a bit more of a firmer seat. You're not slouched and curled up into the seat too much. It does handle like a big old boat though. But let's face it, what do you expect when you've got a bike of this size? The display in the middle is really, really simple to look at. You've got a good old analog speedo. Vibrations when you accelerate, they turn that speedo blurry. You've got nice indicators on there, you know what your display's doing. At the moment it's just sat on your miles, your trip, your date, miles per gallon, your time. It's got nice digital RPM, total miles, so there's a nice bit of information there. Again, like the R9T, it's nothing crazy, but it's enough information to give you what you need. Since test riding so many different motorbikes, these cruiser style bikes really do appeal, especially when you blip that down. Okay, I've just thought of another thing I'm not too keen about. With this, the side stand is so far forward, it's under the cylinder head. It's quite unsettling, wondering if you've actually put the side stand down, because you can't really see it. It's tucked so far ahead. but I guess at the end of the day it's going to have to be in front of those big old cylinders, otherwise you might get the issue of the bike rolling away from you. But handling wise, we've got some nice little bends here. Now it isn't a fast road, but the bike does just flow nice and effortlessly through the bends. I think if you were to take this on some nice twisty roads, you're gonna enjoy it. Just bring it round. Yep, it pulls through that nice and comfortably, no dramas. I've only ridden this bike about 15 minutes, but already it's just, again, inspiring confidence. I think that's a brilliant thing about modern bikes. You don't need to ride them that long to appreciate how they work. As long as you can ride a motorbike, it's pretty straightforward. They look after you. Go a little bit wide, push down on the peg, counter steer a little bit, and the bike will do the rest. So would I recommend the BMW R18? Definitely. If you're in the market for this style of motorcycle, get out there, get down to your local BMW dealership, test ride one, see what you think. But yeah, they do, it does handle very nicely. When I first rode this a minute ago, I was thinking actually it's quite a heavy bike to manoeuvre about. It is a very heavy bike. It has a reverse gear. I'll show that in a minute. The more I'm riding it, the more I'm finding I'm very, very comfortable. Straight into Basingstoke. Now, one thing I've noticed quite briefly is there's no fuel gauge. I think it's going to come on when you are getting low on fuel. That's something that it would be nice to change. But this is a very, very nice motorcycle. You definitely can't lean it in as easy as a touring bike, sports tourer, sports bike. But like I said, it is a big old cruiser motorcycle. Bit of acceleration. Lovely bike. So my first impressions on the R18 are very, very good. I wanted to ride this bike a long time ago, but unfortunately there was a bit of an issue with the demo bike. That's been resolved now. So now we've got it out today, giving it a good old run through, and I'm loving it. Again, it's just one of those bikes that you can get on, you can just go with the flow. You don't want to be riding it to scream its revs out and just hammer it into the ground. You just go out there and enjoy it. I really do think that for me the way forward is cruiser style motorcycles as a fun bike. Sports bikes are great, but they just egg you on to go fast. They're in their element when they're going fast. These things, on the other hand, you're just laid back, just enjoying life, enjoying time on your own, on your motorcycle, cruising around whatever roads you're riding on in whatever country you're riding on. What I would love to do is take this bike through Death Valley, Grand Canyon, Las Vegas, Nevada. This bike would be in its element in a place like that. So from the countryside of Hampshire, this has been Resolutions test riding the BMW R18 2021 model. Thank you for your time, thank you for your viewing. Please leave a comment in the comment section, let me know what you think about this motorcycle, and until next time, ride safe and I'll see you soon.